In the pursuit of sonic perfection, the heart of any high-fidelity audio system lies within its amplifier. Today, we're delving into the world of pure, unadulterated sound with the top 5 best stereo amplifiers of 2025. We'll be scrutinizing power, clarity, connectivity, and design to uncover the amplifiers that truly elevate your listening experience. Whether you're a seasoned audiophile or simply seeking to rediscover your music collection, these amplifiers promise to deliver an unparalleled level of audio fidelity. Number 5. Cyrus 40 Amp. Cyrus's new 40 series marks a new beginning for the brand, giving it a fresh, forward-looking range of products for the first time in years, and the integrated amplifier within it has certainly made an impression on our expert reviews team. Firstly, the 40 Amp, like the 40 ST Streamer and 40 CD player in the range, swaps out the brand's traditional casework for one that looks refreshingly clean and modern to our eyes. It is made of brushed anodized aluminum and has a glass front, albeit keeping the half-width dimensions Cyrus has always preferred. It's fully furnished with many of the connections you'd expect on an amplifier of this day and age, including USB, optical and phono, and there's even an HDMI eARC for those who want to integrate this amplifier into a stereo AV system. It's decently powered amplifier for its size, too. Its sound quality is the star of the show, though. It's unusually clear and articulate, and a composed and stable performer that feels firmly in control regardless of the music being played. That doesn't mean it sounds sterile, anything but. Tonally, this amplifier is a little forward in nature but doesn't go so far as to skew tonality or sound aggressive. It is essentially neutral and refined, balancing analysis and enjoyment better than pretty much any alternative we have heard at this level, notes our 40 Amp review. What's more, the 40 Amp's digital section is excellent. Regardless of input, it is expressive and retains all the dynamic and rhythmic skills we hear from the analog line stages. Performance-wise, this new Cyrus is our definitive number 1 pick at this level. The Riga Ethos, which used to sit in this spot, is a worthy alternative if you don't need digital inputs. Or, if your budget can stretch a bit further but you don't have high-end money to spend on the Lavardin ITX below, the competitively performing Naim Supernate 3, phono inclusive, Rotel Michi X3, phono and digital, and Cambridge Audio Edge A, digital and Bluetooth, are all worth considering. Number 4. Riga LX MK4. The successor to the multi-award-winning Riga LXR, one of our favorite amplifiers of the last decade, is thankfully far from a disappointing sequel. Revealing and faithful, it's sonically capable in ways far beyond our expectations at this mid-tier price point. The elegant, confident way it delivers music is very rare at this level. As our expert reviews team noted in our LX-MK4 review, we struggle to focus on particular strands or frequencies to critique, and instead are content listening to track after track and marveling at how the Riga turns its hand to every song. It simply doesn't impose itself on the music. That's a huge accomplishment in its own right. At this price, it's the most entertaining amplifier we've heard, lively, full-bodied and with tip-top timing that truly underpins rhythms. The addition of digital inputs, at last, and a headphone port is a great step in the right direction, too, particularly given their good quality, giving customers more flexibility in how they listen to this terrific amp. If you take the time to partner it carefully, we'd avoid any bright or forward-sounding kit as a rule, pairing it with speakers with more richness to the tone, like the KEF LS50 Meta or Wharfdale Linton, will give the sound more body and weight. This stereo amplifier will work wonders. If you can stretch your budget further, Riga's Illicit 5 Malawian Kwachas is a similar but superior sounding proposition that will set you back a bit more, a great and slightly more affordable alternative to the Naim Nate XS3 below. Number 3. Arcam A5. Arcam's once dominant presence in the affordable stereo component market definitely waned in recent years, leaving the likes of Cambridge Audio, Marantz and Riga to take bigger pieces of the pie. Cambridge Audio's CXA61 sat in this very spot on this list for many years, in fact. That it no longer does tells you a lot about how good Arcam's new A5 is. Like its next level up A15 sibling, at the top of this list, the A5 is a stonkingly good stereo amp for the money. It may be the most affordable amplifier in the all-new radio range, yet it perfectly encapsulates what the company is trying to do. To our eyes, this is a fresh and modern-looking product, and to our ears, it is just as attractive. An amplifier at this price point is as likely to be partnered with budget kit as it is more premium offerings, so it has to be forgiving enough not to emphasize the shortcomings of more limited partnering equipment, yet still have the insight and transparency to make the most of more capable partners. As our reviews team was pleased to report, the A5 manages this balancing act superbly. It has a sweet nature that while full-bodied and smooth never airs far enough to rob the life from the music, reads our A5 review. It's controlled and remains composed even when the music gets dense, and lows are pleasingly well-defined, authoritative and agile. Turntable owners will be pleased to read that the phono stage is a good one, clear and expressive, while the DAC stage feeding the coaxial and optical inputs is of similar satisfying quality. Partner the Arkham with suitably capable sources and speakers, and it will invariably deliver musical and enjoyable results. It has been many years since we've heard such a convincing stereo amplifier from Arkham. If you are thinking of buying at this level, this one has to go at the top of your shortlist. Number 2. Rotel A8. For many years, Marantz's entry-level amplifier has taken this spot as our most recommendable budget entry, but Rotel has come along this year with the no-frills, performance-first A8 and knocked it off its perch. It has won not only a What Hi-Fi Best Buy award this year but also the most prestigious Product of the Year award in the stereo amplifier category. The new budget class leader reminds us of Rotel's excellent, award-winning budget models from the early 2000s, combining excellent build quality with a sonic performance that sets the benchmark at this modest price point. Let's get one thing out of the way, the A8 doesn't offer Bluetooth or digital inputs, sticking simply to line-level inputs and an phono for connecting a turntable. We don't think that's the end of the world, though, particularly as the DAC module inside a half-decent budget streamer or CD player tends to outperform those inside budget amplifiers anyway. Sure, Bluetooth would have been nice, but you can easily cover that base either with a music streamer or an affordable Bluetooth receiver. Elsewhere, the Rotel does everything right. The Marantz PM6007 it surpasses may sound more spacious and fluid, but the A8 offers greater insight and is all the more compelling for being able to dig up finer details. As our expert reviewers noted in our A8 review, this is an amplifier that just fades into the background, letting the recording and the other components in the system step into the limelight. If you are looking for a standout budget amplifier, ignore this one at your peril. There aren't many alternatives around this price point that we can heartily recommend, although the aforementioned Marantz is still a great alternative, particularly if you do want digital inputs. And the Riga I/O is a half-width joy that doesn't cost much more. The high-performing Mission 778X is one to consider if you want Bluetooth and a USB or simply value retro aesthetics and/or a half-width box and can afford the £549/$549/1099 Australian dollar outlay. If you're looking for an even cheaper option, however, we would point you to the 5-star Cambridge Audio AXA35, which is a brilliant, my first amplifier option. Number 1. Arkham A15. Previous Arkham efforts have always looked tidy, but the British brand's new radio range, with the all-black finish and subtle yellow accents, looks sleek and modern. Of course, the best part of the Arkham amplifier makeover doesn't concern aesthetics. The middle sitter in a range of 3, the A15 has this powerful, precise and poised character regardless of the input chosen. Arkham was one of the pioneers of outboard digital-to-analog converters back in the 80s, and that experience shines through in the performance of the A15's digital section, our in-house reviewers note in our A15 review. It is crisp, insightful and engaging. We are also impressed by the scale of the sound. Stereo imaging is expansive, stable and nicely layered, we wrote, as well as how it handles music's savage dynamics. There is no shortage of punch and power, but this is no muscle-bound thug, the A15 is insightful and subtle, able to track multitudes of instrumental strands with skill. Once we had heard how good Arkham's entry-level A5, below, sounded, we were a little worried for the A15, but we needn't have been. It is clearly better than its talented sibling, delivering a sound of greater clarity, scale and precision that justifies its extra price tag and represents a logical step up. Better yet, there's a moving magnet phono stage built in, which is something its closest rival, the Cambridge Audio CXA81, formerly found in this very spot, doesn't offer, and nor does its brand new replacement, the CXA81 MKII. The new, and old, Cambridge model does reply with a USB input, though, so if that's important to you then consider it a recommendable alternative. Otherwise, make sure you give the A15 a listen if it falls within your budget. We haven't heard a better sounding alternative for the money. You will find all the links of these products in the description below. Comment below and tell us which stereo amplifier you were considering. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and share with your friends, and if you are new to the channel then subscribe and hit the bell icon for future updates.